promised I'd take a look at my other major heat source, and this close-up is part of it. So it's really straightforward in its construction. So just look at the mechanics of it. Let's just take a step back. So basically it's a downpipe, something to support the work. That's it. But I have to excuse the mess on the floor as I'm going there, because I'm very much at work and just cracking on. What I did was I bought a scaffold pole, which I've painted red in some bits, just because it looked a bit smarter. And I got some clips. And what these scaffold clips mean is this piece I can move that way. I can also swing it out of the way if it's ever in the way, and I can push it back along this shaft as well if I need to. And the same goes for the downpipe. Oh no, I've not used it today. The same goes for the downpipe. It can be pushed that way, it can be pushed that way, and it can be angled if I ever needed to do something like that. So that's why I use scaffold poles. And what I did was I had some old angle which I welded on, and it's secured at the back there and on that one to the floor, so it can't go anywhere. You can't rest a piece on there and suddenly end up wearing the whole thing. I bought, let's find something, there we go. I bought this downpipe, Ventura downpipe, which didn't look like this. That's my own attachment. And again, you control the oxygen through here. You can pick these up all over the place now. I think I got these from a chap on eBay in Lithuania, I think. I'll put his details up anyway. I think he's still going strong, because they're difficult to find with, in the UK they were anyway, with the valve attached. So this meant I could literally plug and go. I've used the glass that I mentioned before, the glass fibre stuff here, and because the fire heat source is down here, not really direct heat attachment attack here. So this is an old greave. I can't remember why it ended up on here, not on a person's leg, but it works as a little heat shield. And I've got the glass fibre I mentioned before that Kevin Legg of Plessis Armories introduced me to, which is fantastic because it just dissipates the heat without any trouble at all. Not a lot more can be said about this. It just blasts heat down here. It's not the most efficient. There you go, there's something to say about it. I'll put my hand up. It's not the most efficient. It can get a bit of steel glowing orange, a good strong solid orange, but it takes a little while to get there. It's not that efficient, but it's efficient enough for working okay in your steel, but you will be stood at the coalface, so to speak, for quite a while. And I'm planning on upgrading this, possibly before the other one, which I've already shown you here, because this is a bit of an easier one. And I'm going to turn it into a ribbon burner, which I've been shown can be considerably more efficient than just this sort of Batmobile downpipe, and certainly a lot less noisy. But I need to get the oh, it's gone from my head, hairdryer. It's not a hairdryer, but it looks like a hairdryer, to get some airflow going through it so that I can do excuse me, a ribbon burner. But this was the Frankenstein forge over there, cobbled together from bits and pieces, and this is the Bride of Frankenstein, or Frankenforge, sorry, the Bride of Frankenforge here. But it works really well, slots lovely into the corner, and if you're in tight space, which I was when I first built this, having it retractable like this is fantastic. You can bring it out, do the hot work, and then when it's cool, slide it back, and it's all out the way, and you can crack on with your life and not be tripping up over it. But now, luckily, I'm in a large enough area that I don't need to worry about it. There's a bit of the scaffold pole left there. Great source of cheap sort of material like that. So there you go. These made from some scaffold pole, and although I'm going to do one on these later, there you go, there's another bit of welded scaffold there, and I think I've got another one at 90 degrees somewhere. A great way of just cobbling together those sorts of pipes easily. This was bought, it's a little hemisphere bought from a metal suppliers for fences and gates and things like that. That's just a bit of scrap that I had. I think that's what, 25mm across there, and I made this, just wrapped around, welded it up, stuck it on there because I thought it's what you needed. Didn't really do any research on it, just stuck it on there, and it seems to work okay, but could be more efficient, which is why I'm going to take a look at the ribbon version, because I can keep most of this, put the ribbon on here, and just have the air and everything going in the top. A little bit more to it than that. That's the general idea, and hopefully I'll have a more efficient fire. So there you go, the other forge that I have, and between that one And that one, that's how I do pretty much all of my heating. I have an oxypropane wand, which I'll show as well, but I tend to use that for small stuff, because it's a nice quick and easy source, and it saves buying oxygen all the time. And these boys between them work quite well, but I want a larger version of this for heat treatments and so on, so I don't need to send them away. But there you go, we have Frankenforge and Bride of Frankenforge. Very straightforward construction. Some scaffold, a little bit of welding, but you could get away with that with nuts and bolts. Put that on there, on the pipe, which you can pick up for 20-25 bucks. Bit of shonky woodworking just to make a nice handle, rather than having the little lynch hide thing at the back. Job's done. So I hope that's useful. Once again, goes to illustrate that, you know, it doesn't need to look nice to work, but obviously be safe, secure it to the floor, make sure it's not going to explode, and pick bits of forge out your face for the next month. That'll really ruin your day. So there you go. Hope that's helpful to you. Stay safe. Oh, is there anything else? Oh yeah, it just goes up. I won't walk outside. You can look at the other video for that one. It goes round. Where is he? There's the pipe around the back, and just disappears out there. So nice and straightforward, really easy construction, nice and safe, no problems, and works well enough. So hope you find that useful. Stay safe, and we'll catch you on the flip-flop.